Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Tuesday Talks with the Conways.
I'm Courtney.
And I'm Chris. Nice to have you here. Hi, Joy. Here, right off to start off the comments with the first one from our friend Joy. Welcome, everyone. And we're going to chit chat for a few minutes while we wait for everyone to kind of log on and make sure we have as many people on here as possible. Hello, Regina.
Hi, Regina.
Glad to have you here. Got our friend Lodell on Instagram.
Hello.
Glad to have you here, and we'll probably have a few of our friends on YouTube coming up soon as well. We are ready to talk this. Let me lower the camera a little bit, if I can, a little bit, about our topic this week. It's been a crazy week, crazy day.
Yeah.
You know, we
I've been going nonstop since literally 6:45 this morning.
yeah. So she worked job number 2 today. Came home. We got dinner out of the oven. Had to eat it on the go, and we had to take our daughter to practice. She's got a musical on Sunday, so we had to practice tonight. Came home, literally just got her in bed maybe 15 minutes ago,
Like, if that.
and then we're here. Yes,
Hi.
Diane. Yes, I'm glad to have you here live. Absolutely. Christy on YouTube asked how to watch it on Facebook. It's not only on YouTube. We're streaming live on 3: YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So if you go to Facebook and go to the Healthy page, you'll be able to view the live feed there. But ultimately, they should.
Yeah, it's all the same.
All the same. You might not see all the comments from the other stream, but yes. You can watch it on Facebook from the Healthy page. So just search for Healthy on Facebook. But YouTube is where the videos will live permanently. So if you ever wanted to watch the videos after the fact, and you don't catch it live, YouTube is probably the best place to go to watch it after the fact. But live, ultimately, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Are going to be where you can catch it. And Joy mentions try getting up at 4.
I used to do that. I don't like doing it.
Yep. No, thank you. You can keep your 4 a.m. Joy. All right. So I think we've got the most people here. Joy says she was hula hooping at 4:15. That's definitely
That's
dedication.
commitment. Yeah.
Commitment. So glad to have you up.
Even when we get up early to go to the gym, we don't get up till like 5:15. So.
Yep. So not quite that early for us. So let's go ahead and get started on our topic. Courtney, if you want to introduce what we're going to be talking about this week.
Yes, tonight we're talking about when old habits creep back. I actually picked this topic. I didn't even bother him with it because I was like, this is what we're talking about. And the reason why is because this week with Thanksgiving and everything, I definitely had some old habits creep back. It was rough, you guys. Honestly, I got on the scale yesterday and was shocked that I'm only up 3 pounds. And I was shocked because it was like old Courtney was back for like 3 or 4 days. And so I just thought it'd be great to talk about, especially with Christmas coming up as well.
Yes, it's very good to keep in mind what kind of things to watch out for and how you can maybe minimize the impact of that and make sure that you get back on track. But it's really common in any lifestyle change for old habits to kind of creep back in there, especially, if we're talking about lifelong habits we've built. I mean, for 30, 40, 50 years, depending on how long you've been on this planet, it's hard to overcome those old habits. It doesn't happen immediately. And it doesn't also happen permanently sometimes too. So there's going to be setbacks, and that's a normal process, part of the behavior change process, and it's important to not feel it as a failure if you see some of those old habits creep in. Now the important thing is to not let them stay in.
Yes.
So then you might be, creeping into the failure territory, but not a permanent failure. But you're not a failure if some of those habits kind of creep back in. Just wanted to catch up on the comments. Liddell on Instagram mentioned she's started hula hooping too, along with with Joy, and she's really enjoying it. So really happy for you, Liddell. So hopefully more of you might want to start doing that, because that seems like a really fun thing. We actually also kind of sidetracking a little bit. We got a MetaQuest over the weekend, the holiday weekend, for Black Friday, and we started playing the Beat Saber game.
That's a
And
workout.
I'll tell you, you're swinging your arms around and you're ducking and diving things. That really does get the heartbeat going too. So that's also a fun way of getting in some exercise. But back on progress. So it's not a sign of failure. The key is to recognize triggers, practice self-compassion, and have a plan to reset and get back to where you need to be.
Yes. So first of all, you need to try to identify your triggers. Like notice the circumstances, times, if it's a certain time, the location, or the emotions that cause this habit. There are lots of common triggers. Some can be stress, fatigue, or even like for me, it was certain social situations that caused my old habits to come back. It was a holiday.
Mhm.
And it's ironic because just last week or the week before, we had the topic on how to handle holidays, and I did not handle it well, guys. I did not. So definitely identify those triggers. Like if you are like me and going into a holiday just causes you to overeat or binge or just be like, oh, forget it. I'll be back at it on Monday. And it's just 4 days of eating whatever you want. Identify that beforehand so you can do something about it.
And then also set a plan in motion that when you catch it, to stop it. When you notice yourself kind of sliding back into there, do your best to just kind of say, okay, I'm going to stop
Yeah.
and I need to backtrack. Also, just talk to your friends and say, hey, I went a little overboard today. Try to help keep me on track. But just do your best to stop in the moment and reevaluate things. Also, we mentioned this before when we're overeating or when we're just off plan. Tracking, if you track when you go overboard and you go, whoa, that was a lot of bites, that can kind of help set your mind in motion. Okay, I've got to stop.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's just going to put me back a little bit too much. It's never going to be irreversible, but you don't want to put yourself back too much to where it extends your health journey even further, like we have with our 2-year plateau a while back.
Yeah. So along with that, if you're able to try to replace the habit with something else, like if you realize that stress is what causes or replace the triggers rather. If you notice that stress is what causes the trigger and that's what causes you to go off track, try to find different ways to deal with your stress, like going on a walk or a jog or color. I know some people do like adult coloring books or just whatever you can. Replace the trigger. And like with me, like with it being like holidays, I can't really replace that. But you can also try to just interrupt the triggers if that makes sense. Change the routine, disrupt the pattern that is happening, because a habit is a pattern. A habit is something that has a pattern to it. So if you disrupt that, the habit will be less likely to come back.
So break it. So if you have a habit of having an unhealthy snack every time you go on a road trip, try to change things up by bringing health. So don't even have access to those unhealthy snacks and only bring healthy snacks. And that kind of helps kind of break out of that. If you have the munchies at night and you just can't get out of that, try to have access to easier things and make it a little harder to have access to those typical things you munch on.
Yes, and with that, one thing that I've talked about before is if you are like a late night muncher or just a snacker, plan those into your day, and that goes along with tracking. I always plan a sweet treat at night for myself. I plan that into my day every day because I know I'm going to want that. And I know if I haven't planned it, I'm going to go overboard. So if like you're a snacker, you're a muncher, and something like that is the bad habit you're trying to fix, then just plan something into your day. Find higher protein snacks that you can have and munch on, like Quest chips or Wild chips or something, or higher volume things.
Yes. Recently we found Kraft has these high protein cheese sticks. It's like 17 grams of protein, like 140 calories. It's almost like the macros of a protein bar, but it's in a cheese. And if you know me, I love
cheese.
Love my cheese. We both love cheese. And that has been something that has been pretty instrumental. And Liddell on Instagram says that she tracks even when she's off track, just to show her how much she's going over.
That does help. That is one thing I do to get myself out of the rut is I start tracking. That way, even if I'm not doing quote unquote okay, I can see like, oh my goodness, I just had 4,000 calories today. I don't know if I've actually had 4,000, but I can see it, and it kind of like gets me back into it.
And have little things that remind you of what you're doing and why you're doing it in your progress. Seeing the face-to-face inner transformation Tuesdays in the moment of when I'm having like I had a couple of bad days. I'm like, I'm not going to continue this progress if I don't get back on track, and have those kinds of things to kind of shock your mind, and remember those whys. That will also help too. We're trying to have a baby. We're trying to be healthy for our daughter and each other, and it's kind of counterproductive if we don't get back on track.
Yes, absolutely. And then another thing you can do is set specific but small goals.
Hmm.
Sometimes, if those habits are creeping back, like for instance, I keep going back to me this week. Like for me, it was just binging and eating all the things I normally wouldn't eat, and I felt like garbage. But instead of just saying I'm going to eat healthier, that can be kind of overwhelming. Instead, make smaller goals. Like this meal, I'm going to have some vegetables with my entree or something of that nature, or I'm going to go for a 15-minute walk instead of just saying I'm going to work out 5 times a week. Like setting those smaller goals can help you get out of that rut and out of the keep those bad habits from coming back. If you make those goals smaller, it can really help.
Hmm. And Angie mentioned if there was a way for her to email someone to get support. You can reach out to us. Our Instagram handle is losing it with the Conways, so we're always happy to provide some hints, help, support. I don't know if there's any other. I know there's quite a few coaches on healthy. I will try to see if we can get back. I'm going to take a screenshot of your question so we can make sure to address that. But you can
Yes.
definitely, if you can reach out to us on Instagram, we'll be more than happy to respond and give you some support or give you some guidance. But there are definitely a few coaches. Also, being new to healthy, if you're on the pro, you have access to the community in the
Mhm.
healthy app, which there's different groups you can join. You can post on the message boards there. Also, there is a Facebook membership that is $5 a month that gives you access to other meetings as well on top of this meetings, and those meetings are over Zoom, so those are a little bit more interactive with other coaches too. I know that can be definitely very, very helpful too. But definitely, if you want to start off, see if you can reach out to us on Instagram, and we'll go from
Mhm.
there.
Yes.
Um, and then, so she mentioned set specific small goals. If you have vague goals, it can be really hard to keep track of that.
Mhm.
So that's why it's important for you to do specific small goals. But small goals meaning that it is attainable too. So if you set these big long goals and they're harder to get to, sometimes that can discourage you and make it hard to have this
Mhm.
have to make that progress, and you kind of lose sight of things. It's absolutely okay to have those bigger goals, but have those stepping stones. So the stretch goals, but have those smaller incremental goals to help
Mhm.
keep you going a little bit further.
Yes, and also create a supportive environment. Something like that will make healthier choices easier. If
Hmm.
you have someone around you, like if your weakness is Reese's, if you have someone around you that has like Reese's all day long, that's
Hmm.
going to make it difficult. But if that person, if you have people around you in your environment that supports you, they're not going to have the things that tempt you like right in front of you. So
Hmm.
make sure you have the people around you and the environment. You can create that environment yourself.
Hmm.
You can decide what you're going to have around you and what you're not going to have around you and what you're not going to allow. If you have a weakness, like I can have Reese's in the house and not go crazy. One thing I cannot have in the house and not go crazy is Oreos. I can't. He's laughing
I have to
because
hide them.
the other day I was like, "Hey, go get me some Oreos." That bad boy was done like the next day. Like they were all gone. Like we did, and he would just sit there and look at me like, I shouldn't have gotten those. So like you also like I knew if I asked him, he would get it for me. I need to make the decision myself to not even ask for those things that I know is a weakness. Like I
Hmm.
have to go get like the little mini individual like 2 cookies I can't have a whole pack in the house. Like, I
Mhm.
just can't. So the moral of the story is you can create that environment yourself.
Mhm.
But you can also have people in your life that will help you out as well.
Absolutely, and just to kind of recap the environment, even us coaches need support too. So Courtney has a coach. So there are lots of health coaches out there too that are outside of
Mhm.
it that can just give you general guidance, one-on-one guidance. So Courtney has taken advantage of that. So like I said, even coaches need coaching
Yep.
ourselves. So reach out if there's somebody around you that offers a health coaching. Take them up on that offer and get some of that one-on-one attention, but have friends and support systems. But the healthy community and the health kind of, I guess, community as a whole has been probably the most open
Mhm.
and welcoming
Yes,
community for the most part.
absolutely.
And so just take advantage of that community and let others help build you up along with you building other people up too.
Yes, absolutely. And also along with that, practice self-compassion. It takes time. Like, habit is something, like, you can be done with something and then 5 years later it creeps back
Hmm.
without you even realizing it. Like, sometimes it happens without you even realizing it. That's why it's a habit. Like, it's something you do without even realizing it. So, practice self-compassion because it's hard to get over those things. It's hard to completely let go of something that had a draw on you. Like, binge eating, it is a serious thing that people have issues with lifelong.
It's a disorder, so
It
that's
is a
typically
disorder.
it's not something that can just be
Yes.
turned off immediately.
Yeah, so if you slip up and those bad habits creep back in, whatever it is, even if it's not food related, give yourself compassion. Don't be hard on yourself because it happens to everyone. Everyone has a bad habit
Hmm.
that they wish that they can break. And everybody has a bad habit that they thought they broke that comes back at some point.
Hmm.
It's not fun to admit, but it's true. So give yourself compassion and don't be hard on yourself.
Absolutely. And the biggest thing is to not get stuck back in that bad habit, and banish it. It is,
Mhm.
if you have to banish it 20 times a year, keep banishing it, and then eventually, it will get longer between those breaks, and to where it will feel like
Yes.
you won't have to struggle with that again.
Yes, because trying is still a win. Whether you are just trying to break the habit or you've completely done it and if it never comes back, trying is still a win. It is still showing that you are putting effort towards it.
Mhm. So just make sure you build that supportive environment, but also seek support if you need. Counseling services are definitely beneficial, but having that the partner, the coaches, any of those, just have a really good ring of circles to just be supportive of each other.
Yes, because like Chris mentioned, we are here for you. Healthy is here. And like everybody has gone through this at some point.
Hmm.
Everybody that's here is here because they want to get healthier.
Hmm.
Whether it's somebody that wants to maintain and doesn't want to lose any more weight, or whether it's somebody that needs to lose 300 pounds, everybody is here to be healthy
Hmm.
and maintain health. And everybody is there for you. And you don't have to go through anything alone. And everybody has had that moment where they thought that a habit was broken and it's come back.
Hmm.
And so talking to people to let yourself know you are not alone it is huge. Sometimes I just need to know I'm not alone. When I talk to my coach about the way I was this weekend, she's my coach, and I'm thinking like she's like, way up there. She was like, "Girl, me too." Like, I had the worst eating weekend ever. So it's just talking to somebody to know that
Hmm.
you're not alone can be
We
huge.
all have those moments. Create those group chats. The other week, Joy added us to a
Mhm.
group chat and was starting to share really good, yummy recipes and
Yeah,
treats.
she shared one today that I'm gonna try to healthify because it looked good.
Yes. So create a group chat. If you have a couple people that are in your circle that you know are trying to get healthy,
Hmm.
ask them, hey, do you mind if I add you to a group chat, and so we can kind of all support each other. So you can be in two group chats or 20 group chats. It doesn't matter because the more support, the better. So
Yep.
create or join an existing group chat to kind of uplift each other and make sure you have the support you need.
Yes, because just like how you need support, other people need support too. So I guarantee you, somebody like if you ask someone, "Hey, will you be my support? Will you be my accountability partner?" They're probably going to jump on it because they're probably going to need it too. And you can
Mhm.
never have enough accountability
Oh yeah.
partners.
Because as much of an accountability partner Courtney is for me, I also need other people in my circle as well. So we all need more than one. So you can never have too many
Mhm.
accountability coaches.
Yes. And then lastly, prioritize those other aspects of your health as
Mhm.
well. Things like sleep, hydration, managing stress, your mental health, all those other things matter, and they can really help you when it comes to
Mhm.
breaking these habits. Because, like I said, sometimes it's things that happen without you even realizing it, but sometimes those triggers, those factors can be things like no sleep
Mhm.
or stress or just your
Hydration.
mental health.
Mhm.
Hydration. Sometimes you feel hungry when really you're thirsty and
Mhm.
you just need more water. So if you can prioritize those things, they might help break those habits without you even realizing it. As he's drinking his water.
Absolutely, yes. Can never get enough. That's really honestly 98% of what I drink is just plain water, and that definitely helps. Um, so now, go ahead.
Oh, and I was also going to say, the last thing is you also have to realize that any setback, it's just part of the journey.
Mhm.
Every journey, whether it's health related or not, it's going to have setbacks. And it's just, that's not a fun thing to accept, but it is also something that we do need to accept.
Mhm.
It's just part of the journey and it's long term. It's not like you're not on this health journey today and tomorrow you're off of it. It's long term.
Mhm. It's a lifetime
So
commitment,
any
really.
setback or any struggles is part of it. And it's essential to get back up and to
Mhm.
not be down on yourself and to just know like tomorrow's a new day. I can do this.
Mhm. Absolutely. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to one of our tastier parts of the podcast,
This is one of my favorites.
where we talk about a recipe that Courtney has done, and this is one of her tastier
Like I
ones.
said, this is one of my favorites.
Yes.
Y'all know I love a cottage cheese bowl.
Yes, she loves cottage cheese. But this recipe will be posted on Instagram and Facebook, but also on the Healthy blog.
This is actually the first thing I ate. Chris loves cottage cheese. He's always loved cottage cheese. I thought I hated it. And this was actually the first thing I tried. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is
Turned
delicious.
her on to
It's just,
cottage
it
cheese.
changed my life, y'all.
Yeah, so here's the recipe, and I'll have her share it with you.
Yes, it's a pizza cottage cheese bowl. So
Mm,
you can do this two different ways. There's only one way on here, but I will talk about the other way. But what you'll need is a half a cup, one serving of cottage cheese. Um, we put 2%, but honestly, it doesn't matter. We've really been liking the full fat, even though it is higher in calories. It just tastes better and it's thicker
and it still has the protein and the
and still has all the
healthier fats
protein.
too.
Yes. A fourth a teaspoon of Italian seasoning and any other seasonings you like. A fourth a cup of pizza sauce. 16 turkey pepperoni slices, which is one serving. So one serving of whatever. If you don't have turkey pepperoni, regular pepperoni will do. The calorie difference isn't that drastic. And then a fourth a cup of reduced fat mozzarella. I am an Aldi girly when it comes to the reduced fat cheese. Y'all, their reduced fat cheese is next level. So if you have an Aldi near you, get their reduced fat cheese. Anyways, add cottage cheese and the seasonings to a microwave safe bowl. Dice up the pepperonis. You can also buy those little bitty mini ones, then you don't have to dice them up. Add the pepperoni, the cheese, and the pizza sauce to the cottage cheese. Microwave it in 30-second increments. And you want to stir in between. This is because if you do it all at once, it's going to become water. Like it's going to become like soup. So microwave it in 30-second increments until it's as hot as you like. And then you can add whatever pizza toppings you like. He's added like onions to his, bell
Olives,
peppers, olives,
hot sauce.
hot sauce. I've added like I'm a meat pizza girly, so I've added sausage, ham, pepperoni, all the things. It's good with pretty much whatever. You can also, like I said, you can also put this in the oven and just top it with the cheese, and that's good. I don't remember how long, but you can do that too.
Mhm.
But I want to stress 30-second increments in the microwave or else it will become water. I've heard the best cottage cheese to do this with, which I won't buy it because I don't want to love it, and I will explain why. But Good Culture, I've heard it's the best. I don't want to buy it because I don't want to love it and then have to spend more money because we just buy the cheap stuff.
Mhm.
But whatever. This is between 6 and 7 bites, so it's a decent amount of bites, but 31 grams of protein
It's a
in just
massive
this.
amount of
And that's if
protein.
you don't add any like chicken or sausage. Like you can add more stuff to add more protein. 10.1 net carbs, 276 calories. And it's so good. And it's so easy and quick. And I might actually have to prep this for my lunch tomorrow because it's so good. Oh, I think we might have the stuff to make it.
Yes. So it is absolutely delicious, but you could also make this into like a dip. So you could do like pita bread, low carb tortillas. You could put it on a low carb tortilla and turn this into an actual pizza.
Which I have done that too. So there are so many possibilities. Like I said, so many different toppings. We also have one that's a chicken parm that it's
Mhm.
practically the same thing, but it's just breaded chicken instead of
Pepperonis.
pepperonis.
Yes. So these cottage cheese bowls are delicious and super customizable. Celeste says she doesn't care for the good culture too
Daisy
much.
is actually my favorite too. We love Daisy cottage cheese. It's actually our favorite too.
And Daisy's probably our top favorite, but then I personally like the Target Good and Gather brand.
And I like the Walmart brand.
Yep. So we like a variety of things, but
But I'm
Daisy's
not
probably my
picky.
favorite. Taco bowls with cottage cheese.
We've
That's
done
really
that
good.
too. Salsa, taco meat. Oh, the possibilities are endless with cottage cheese, you guys. But with this, if there's any recipes that you want me to healthify, I say this a lot, but if there's anything you want me to healthify or anything you're like, oh, I had this at a restaurant, can you try to figure out how to make it at home? I am more than happy to do that for you. And if there's any topics you want us to cover, let us know that as well.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us this week, and sorry for the late the comment, Devin, on YouTube. Thanks for joining us this week. But thank you so much for joining us this week. I hope you have a wonderful and fabulous week. We may not be on next week, but we'll have a healthy post about it to confirm next week.
Yes.
We've got some things going on next week, but there may be another coach doing the Tuesday nights
So
next
we
week.
will figure that out. So either way, there will be something next week, whether it's us or not. But
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.
bye, guys.